Okay, for the chocolate bread pudding, what we're going to do is we're going to take, we already got 7 ounces of croissants already torn up. And just so you know that you don't have to worry, you can tear the French bread up. It gives it a little bit better surface area. Or you can cut it up into cubes. Okay, now we've got all the bread product in here, and we're going to soak it with 3/4 quart of milk and heavy cream. You can even use day-old stale bread, 2-day-old bread, which is really where it came from in New Orleans, something to do with the leftover bread they had. Now we're going to take our bread that we've been soaking for about an hour. We're going to add our chocolate chips, which you can add these during the soaking period, not really make any difference. Turn that baby up a little bit. Now, we have 4 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks here.
Okay.
That's going into the second.
Why do we add extra egg yolks but not the whites?
Richness. Now, secondly, this batch right here, we're going to sift sugar and cocoa powder. That, along with the chocolate chips, gives it its chocolate flavor. You can use a regular old flour sifter if you want. Okay, so we've got this sifted into the egg mixture. We are going to
Whisk away.
whisking away. It almost looks like brownie batter. Add it to our bread mixture. Now we're going to fold it up. The reason we're folding is to try to keep the integrity of the croissants and not shred them up. Once they get wet, they'll kind of fall apart. So now we will find a pan.
At home, what do you recommend we use for a pan?
You could use a 9x13. If you make a whole recipe, you probably need 2. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows you want to grease your pan, but butter never hurt anybody, unless you listen to the doctors.
Yeah, don't let the doctor know we said that. We didn't say that.
I didn't say a word.
We didn't say that.
Do it. Got a greased pan.
Grease the pan.
I'm going to spread your bread out a little bit so it's nice and even. And the last thing before it goes in, you're going to take some turbinado or demarara sugar, which is a lot less refined and processed than the white sugar, although you can use that as well. Just sprinkle a little bit over the top. And now it goes into the oven for around 35-40 minutes, anywhere in that neighborhood. Just so happens we have one already cooked. So let's get this one out and take a look at it. There's a before and after pic.
Is it still missing something?
It's missing the sauce,
It's
which
missing
is
the
what we'll
sauce.
make now. Alright, now we're going to make our bread pudding sauce. Bourbon bread pudding sauce, or you can use brandy. We've also made some several times with like frangelica or amaretto, which is really pretty tasty depending on the type of bread pudding you're making.
What are we using today?
This is heavy cream. We're going to use some bourbon today. Okay, now we're going to get that boiling. Over here we have some cornstarch and some more heavy cream. So we're going to make another slurry with this. You can use water with that if you like.
Oh, this is dessert. I want green.
Heck yeah, if we could throw some butter in there, it'd be better too, but we're not going to do that. We all pause. We're going to pass this around for everybody here. Make sure it's good. Here you go, Anissa, Mackenzie. The only problem with this stuff is you don't watch the cream. When it gets boiling, it'll go right over the top, go everywhere.
So we want to be very careful
So
to
you
watch
want
our
to
cream.
have it in front of you when you're doing it.
But we're not stirring it. We're just letting it be.
Well,
Good.
can or not.
Doesn't matter. Having a good old time in the black cream.
We like to have a good time in here.
I think you'd have to, you know?
Well,
You get to be
if
creative.
they're not going
everybody
to have a good
smells
time
it.
in the kitchen, I don't want them working here.
There you go.
Okay, we see it's about to boil over. We caught it. Now we're going to add the slurry. Back on. You'll notice it's starting to thick up with the slurry. It's thickening up a little bit. You got it boiling for a couple of minutes. You're going to turn off the heat. Add your vanilla. You're going to add your sugar. Then you add whatever bourbon you have left.
Assuming there's any left.
As soon as there's any left after we get through taste testing. I would say within 3 or 4 minutes that will be ready. Alright, so now we have our double chocolate bread pudding. We're going to cut us off a slab. Don't be too concerned about how it looks. It's supposed to be a rustic type dessert. And we're going to take a little bit of our sauce. And now I'm going to get some forks for Anissa and Mackenzie to give it a shot.